What's up to all those alone in the zone? It's the one that's frugal with the doodles. That guy, John Eli Lopez, here to get you one step closer to being the king or the queen of the pencil. Today, we'll be covering how to escape the slump. Just like writers get writer's block, artists get into similar slumps where you are looking for ideas. You want to draw and fill some pages in the sketchbook. Or you might have a blank canvas or two sitting around. This is where still life objects come into play. You can take one item or numerous items and display them in an interesting way. And if you really want to test your skills, choose something made of glass or an alloy, because the way the light and darks play off of these surfaces will be challenging for even the best artists. I'm using an iPad Pro, an Apple Pencil on technical pencil setting. I took a tin can and put a couple of brushes in there and got to work. I took a photo after to show you guys the setup. My angle was a bit different. Now I will show you all the process. All right, anytime you're drawing, objects or people, whatever you're drawing, you need to try to figure out the simplest shapes. As you see, I'm starting here with the simplest shapes, which is ovals. I'm creating the cylinder shape first. Something that was a bit challenging was trying to figure out where am I placing all the rings and try to even them, try to place them in even positions. And as you see here, I'm putting them, I'm erasing. It wasn't easy. But that's the challenge of doing still life. It definitely challenges your senses, your hand and eye coordination. So even if you are trying to figure out ideas, don't get stuck on the idea. Get stuck on the skill you are trying to learn. And you can get that from anything, any item. I wanted to challenge my skills, so that's what made me choose a tin can, first. Because the way the light and darks were playing off of it, I knew that this was going to be not an easy feat, but a fun one. So after I determined, where my lines was, now I'm placing how they bend. Each line is basically a bend in the can. So now I'm laying out the shadows, and some shadows are darker than others. But this definitely takes you through the full spectrum of your value scale, from light to dark. I'm using the hatching technique. That was just to add the full shadow over the can. But now I'm coming in with some cross hatching. Darkening in my lines here. And I found when I'm looking at the can, the shadows on the left side was a bit darker than those on the right, and those in the middle was lighter than both of them. And of course, inside the can was much darker than outside. As I'm building this, I'm going back and forth from the front to the inside of the can. And just remember, you're not stuck with anything. That's the fun thing about using pencils. You can always erase. And the fact that I did this on an iPad doesn't negate the fact that I can erase. So after I laid out all my grays, this is what I'm coming in with now is the eraser. And that's where I'm putting my highlights in there. So I made sure to cover the entire can with a base tone, which was the like a middle gray, knowing that when I come with the eraser now, the highlights are gonna look, really good. And then if they didn't look good, I came back and added some shadow right behind the highlight. So now I just moved the can down, and now I'm putting in the brushes. I wanted to actually do the entire can first before I put the brushes in. That was my plan because I didn't want to have the brushes in there and be working around there. I wanted everything to look uniform. So now I'm erasing the spots where the brushes is going, where I plan to put the brushes. So once I was happy with that, now I'm starting to add the tone of the brushes. I felt the bottom of the can was not to my liking, so I just wanted it to match the top a bit more. It didn't like the how it was rounded at the bottom, so I'm just touching that up a bit. Brought down the tones of some of the sticks to the brushes, so everything is on an even plane. And there you have the final rendering. I think it came out pretty cool, but it definitely tests my skills. Now I'm adding the shadow and just a hint of the table that it was on. I wanted to give you guys an extra time lapse video of another still life object I did, which is a Hennessy bottle. But this one I did in color, and I just wanted to take you guys through the similar steps. But of course, once you're playing with color now, it you think it's more challenging, but it's actually the same concept of light and shadow, but you're just using color. So I start off now with just the outline of the bottle. And the reason why I put just separation of the table it was on, the background, and the bottle, because I wanted to separate it in my mind and just know each aspect of the drawing I was doing was just totally different. So I kept the bottle background and I just built up on that. And with each tone I'm using on the bottle, I have light and dark. I start off with the base tone. And definitely when you're doing, as I said before, you're doing glass, you don't have to get it exactly what you are looking at. As long as you establish the reflective light, the shadow light, and how they play with each other. That's why it's called rendering. You should come up with a good rendering of what you are looking at. And no matter what color you start off with, as long as you are adding color on top, it's going to make it look more richer. As long as you can even have a hint of the tone behind it. So as you see, I changed the two colors I first started with, and I added something like a little marble effect. I just thought that was cool, but that wasn't in the original image I was looking at, but the bottle was. So I just added my own background and my own table effect. I hope you guys like these two drawings. And just remember, still life objects are only as interesting as you display them. You're creating that world. I hope this video you guys liked. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, punch that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Did I leave anything out? Is there something you feel you can add? Any feedback is appreciated. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. John Eli Lopez signing out. Later.